Hello, namaste. Nice to see you. To see you is nice. I got that last part from a fantastic spiritual teacher by the name of Lisa Carnes. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. I believe that is how it's said. I found that to be a very unique reading. Um, Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to help growing our meditation channel. Your support is so appreciated, so very much appreciated. All new subscribers. I believe we're up to 49 now, which is an absolute blessing. Thank you very, very much, very much. Today's video is the final part of the foundational meditation videos that we've been doing. The first video was on implementation. The second video was on courage. The last video that we did was on emotions, and now this final video is regarding motivation, and the motivation really to fall in love with life, the motivation to fall in love with presence. And what motivates us to meditate, it really can evolve over the years. The reason why we start using mindfulness couldn't probably be vastly different in, say, 5 to 10 years from now. Our motivation changes. What makes us unmotivated is struggle. We do not want to struggle with this practice. We do not want to struggle with this practice. We want to fall in love with a meditation practice. And my motivation came from wanting to find truth. I lost my aunt to the COVID-19 pandemic, and this really motivated me to turn within and explore my inner awareness, my inner consciousness. And about a year later, my motivation changed. I wanted to know what spiritual awakening was. I wanted to know what spiritual awakening was all about. I wanted to know what enlightenment was. Indeed, if it was was enlightenment a possibility? So my motivation turned to self-inquiry. My motivation moved towards what our truth was as, human beings here on earth. So even now, my motivation is even somewhat different. Of course, yeah, I'm still on the spiritual path. However, I'm motivated, what motivates me now is to share my experiences with any and all of humanity. I want to share the experiences of presence. I want to share the experience of stillness, of oneness, the experience of equanimity. And of course, I cannot physically share that with anyone or with you. I can, however, point you towards that way. Point you towards the quietness, the stillness within you. Point you towards the presence that is right in this moment. Spiritual enlightenment is not as hard as some make it out to seem to be. It's not something that's hard to achieve. And that's something that's probably going to sound way different than what you probably believe. But that is a falsity. It's very false whenever people assume that spiritual enlightenment, spiritual awakening, finding inner truth, the truth of our being, many believe that's hard to do, and really it's not as hard as it seems. Spiritual enlightenment is looking right back at us each and every moment, and we do not see it. Why, you ask? Well, we'll eventually start looking into that. We'll start talking about that more. But first, let's continue with motivation and what will motivate us to find rest, to find love, and to find happiness. So what is your motivation to use meditation? This question should not be an answer of what it should be. Rather, this question should put you deeper within yourself. deeper within your consciousness, deeper within your stillness. The question of what motivates us to meditate and look for truth is about honesty. It's about truth within each one of us. Meditation can and should align with your priorities. This is indeed why the motivation changes so often. Our priorities change all the time. When and if someone awakens, this puts a hard stop to an individual trying to achieve something, though. We don't want to achieve anything then. We want to look for less suffering. We want to look for peace. We want to look for even God. And we look to realize this whenever it comes to like the awakening path. Not so much to achieve it, but we want to realize that we are the enlightenment that we seek. So whenever you're looking into enlightenment, we are actually the enlightenment that each one of us seek. So we do not want to achieve this because we're already this. We are already the spiritual enlightenment with the spiritual awakening. We're already that. It's already here. It's already right in front of us. Enlightenment and spiritual awakening, it's already here. It is who we are. Nothing to achieve. We just have to look. And this takes motivation. Motivation. After one awakens, motivation really evolves. It evolves with a deep love, a very deep stillness, a deep understanding, deeper expressions and deeper understanding of what this life really is, what truth is, who and what we are. Motivation will change, though. It will change. In a very simple way, meditation and mindfulness is a psychological, emotional, and it's a spiritual hygiene. Motivation is definitely a spiritual hygiene. And when a person has the motivation to live a spiritual or meditative life, it becomes like putting your clothes on. It really does. Something deep within you really starts to enjoy this a lot. And you start to really enjoy life. Life really becomes pleasurable. It's a great hygiene of psychological, emotional, and spiritual well-being. It really is. And parts of us could resist this. Parts of us could reject this. Our minds really do not want any part of this. Our minds like to think that it's difficult. Our minds will tell us that it's boring. You start to feel like maybe it's not working. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's not for me. I just don't have time. I hear that a lot. I don't have time. And that's fine. It's okay. The reasons almost become no longer relevant. Our mind does not want us to find this inner peace. That's what it is. Even some spiritual teachers claim that meditation is pointless, especially after one has self-realization. They say you're reinforcing, looking for something. And I respectfully disagree. Because on a spiritual path, an awakening path, or even just a meditation practice, meditation can allow a deeper wisdom of who and what we are, a deeper wisdom of who and what we really are. So there's no endpoint to this, in my opinion. It goes deeper and deeper, deeper than our mind can even imagine. So I think meditation plays a major role with this. It opens us up to more, deeper stillness. And again, the peace that passes all understanding that I mentioned before in the other video, that quote by Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, the peace that passes all understanding. And becoming motivated to sit in silence is a great way to reveal truths, no matter what your priorities are with meditation. No matter if it's just to have a meditation practice, if you're on the awakening path, spiritual path, no matter what, becoming motivated to sit in silence is a great way to start revealing truths to yourself. Even if you're not looking for an awakening per se, truth can still reveal itself. Your motivations, though, they're going to continue to shift. They will continue to shift over the course of years, over the course of months, even weeks. One moment, you might just want to practice meditation. You might just want to use meditation, become more calm, more still, bring yourself back to center. A year later, you could be fully engulfed within a spiritual path. You fully become a seeker. Motivation can motivation can and will change. It will change for you. So what you do not want to do is use motivation to try and sustain a spiritual freedom, though. That's not what you want to really try to do. You don't want to be trying to sustain a spiritual freedom here. That, in my opinion, is control. Your motivation it would still be about control then. Letting everything be as it is. Be motivated to let everything rest as it is. That is the path, in my opinion, is a good way to go. Letting everything arise and fall as it is and being okay with it. That brings about equanimity. Be free from controlling your mind. You want to stop controlling. I mean, we really don't have as much control as you think we probably do, but we still attempt to control. And being free from controlling your mind, from controlling your everyday experience, letting things be, letting things happen. This opens us up deeply within. It really helps us open up deeply. This allows truth to present itself. And when you realize this and you're motivated to live this, your meditation sessions become almost a must. You almost have to do your meditation. It's like I said, it's like putting your clothes on. Meditation becomes a major priority. You fall in love with the practice. In my experience, I absolutely love this practice. This practice is a very hidden gift within us that's right in front of all of us. But you start to fall in love with self-inquiry too. You begin to fall in love with life. And that's the motivation. That's the motivation one wants to seek, that wants to have, they want to have. Now, I'm not saying you should meditate forever. That's not what I'm saying. One doesn't have to meditate forever. It's completely up to the individual. I'm just saying that there's no end to the truth. There's no end to the truth of what our reality is. There's no end to the truth that could arise within someone that's motivated to find these truths. They go deeper, deeper, and deeper, and they continue to arise. So the more mature you get with this practice, the more motivation comes and goes within. The more motivation will come to go within. You will really see the importance of sitting just to sit. The motivation to deepen the truth of who and what we really are. So what do you do when you sit? What do you do? What is a good motivation tactic? What is my motivation? What do I try to achieve whenever I'm sitting within my practice? What do I do whenever I'm sitting in presence, per se? Absolutely nothing. To be honest, absolutely nothing. It is absolutely a beautiful thing. Absolutely nothing. I let everything be as it is as much as I can. And it is absolutely beautiful. Letting everything rise and fall on its own. Let everything be as it is and be motivated to rest within what that is. Not controlling, not concentrating, just being there in that moment and letting everything pass, arise and pass. Becoming the ocean and witnessing the waves of experience, becoming the ocean and really witnessing the waves of experience, thoughts, feelings, emotions, becoming the waves of experience. You as the consciousness aware, being the entire ocean, being the entire ocean as the human being, and the waves being the experience of everything. The deeper that statement goes within you, you can almost inflict the taste of what a spiritual awakening might even be. You almost start to get a taste of it then. Spiritual enlightenment. But let's stay focused on motivation. Let's stay focused on motivation for now. Having the motivation to have a foundational, non-grasping mindfulness practice is really what I'm trying to point you here to. Not so much a spiritual path yet. Having a good, solid mindfulness meditation practice is really what we want to achieve here. This, in my experience, is one of the best motivations, to have, to rest within what is, to allow all experience, any thought, any feeling, any emotion, being motivated to experience them all right here in this moment. All right here in this moment. this starts to free you. It really does. This frees you, it starts to free you from suffering. And yeah, this can be aligned with the spiritual path, even the motivate. It all kind of goes together. It's paradoxical. But accepting what is, it becomes liberating. Seeking then falls away. So that even goes deeper and down the road. But seeking then could tend to fall away. And just being within your inner truth, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And you become joyous and full, you become really full of love and light. Motivation to do these type of practices can really help you start to fall in love with life. And this takes motivation. It really does. It takes commitment. Commitment and motivation is key. I have full confidence anyone that's spending time with this channel, with these videos, has it in them. Absolutely has it. If you've been watching these videos, doing your meditations, you have this motivation. It's there for you, no doubt in my mind. I do want to, thank you for, and that's going to wrap it up for motivation. I think that's a good way to end there. Thank you for enjoying this 4-part series of foundational meditation. A little bit on what we want to explore next. As I've kind of been hinting at, I do want to explore a little bit of pointing to some spiritual paths for anyone that might be interested. Share some of my experiences with the spiritual path. Maybe some spiritual self-inquiries. Who are you? I think we're gonna maybe look into doing some videos and maybe some meditations on that. Directional video on self-inquiry with a deep guided meditation, inquiring into who and what you are. This type of practice can really be transformative. It can really be a first step to ending suffering. And I'll have like 1 or 2 guided meditations I'll include with the practice. After that, I'd like to explore like our energy centers. I'd really like to start talking about our 7 chakras, or 7 main chakras, and include, a conversation, even on the 8th one, our aura. Guided meditation on our inner spirit within the energy centers. This could, open your chakras. Some call it kundalini. That could begin to arise, or even spirit. I would also like to start maybe even possibly reviewing some spiritual books. Do like a chapter reflection on what my experience is of what the book entails. I'd like to really start with Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now. Audible has a great deal on listening to books at a great monthly price if anyone would want to follow along once we do start discussing that type of book. And if you want some information about that, let me know. There's a lot of great books on Audible where you can listen to. And that's where we would get the details from and the information and really do the videos and just, kind of review the book, share my experiences of what I take it to be, and maybe give you some pointers on, anybody looking for a spiritual path or even deep in their meditation sessions. Anyways, that wraps this video up. That wraps up the 4-part foundational meditation series. I hope everyone enjoyed all 4 videos, all of the meditations that went along with it. Appreciate all the feedback I've been getting. Thank you so much. And really, I cannot thank each and every one of you enough. Anyone and everyone that has had any contact with me with this meditation, thank you very much. Really trying to grow this as much as possible. Provide anyone looking for any pointers to really start living more of a present life, like presence. That's what my goal is with all this. And hopefully it's really helping some of you. My goal is also to possibly start working one-on-one with some individuals as well. So anyone looking to deepen their meditation practice or even start a deeper self-inquiry on a spiritual path, I would be honored to help one-on-one. And we can start exploring that eventually too. But again, thank you everyone. Your support, I'll always say it, it's very appreciated. Thank you so very much. Everyone have a great day. Namaste.